conversation with education.
Dear Knowledge, you were my first crush. And by that, I mean, I thought I could squish you in between my thumb and forefinger like an overripened grape. But you still picked me first for kickball, and shared your chocolate pudding at lunch, and baby paper cranes during the alphabet song. And I would always laugh when you made up the words to the Pledge of Allegiance.
I wonder if education would laugh at its current state. I wonder if it would lose its mind at the diplomas unsigned or cry for the dropout rate. Something tells me it would understand them. The ones who let their names slip out of roll books because they never quite made the connection between success in the classroom and success in the workplace. They never quite reached the perfection that's expected of students on a day-to-day basis. Or they never quite got interested in solving for X when all they could see was Y and Z.
Knowledge. I wanted to finger paint you on the back of every math worksheet. I wanted to Michelangelo your bust out of elbow macaroni. I tried to color you inside the lines, but you were always too sloppy to tame. We traded hearts and crafts, and you made me papier-mâché bumblebees. I pinky swore then to never treat you like piñata if you promised not to sting. You loved pirate stories, and I was always your first mate. Eye patch and all, ready to pearl dive in your treasure chest. I found your heart. It was the Hope Diamond, a crown jewel from a sovereign nation. To this day, I cannot identify all 5 oceans on a world map, but I could trace your face in any mountain range. I drew an X across my lips to mark your spot, and we've been playing target practice with our slingshots since middle school, until I learned about David and Goliath, and I didn't want to choose which one of us had to get hurt. I started spelling out your name in Scantron letters. I kept my pencil sharp so you would always get the point, but sometimes you were my only friend. Even the teacher would only pay attention to me during roll call. I learned how to unlive, how to fit my self-hate into my backpack in the morning.
I just know education would be angry. The system is more about competition than creativity. It's more boxing in our minds than coloring outside the lines. It punishes mistakes with failing grades and ignores the students who fall behind.
I was tongue-tied into sailor's knots and nooses. Confidence and I lived in different time zones, and I got jet-lagged, walking from my locker to homeroom.
But education would stand up for us. It would say that we are more than just blue diamond bubble sheet percentages, that despite what the school system may think, we are all unique. So this one-size-fits-all curriculum needs to be sent back to the factory.
Knowledge, you were always there to pick me up, read me cover to cover, and tell me I could have a happy ending. You bookmarked my best parts and called me fairy tale. Or better than fairy tale. A leather-bound book of love poems to God.
Education would listen to us. It would see how we wither away every time we turn in busy work for a homework break. It would hear our silent cries as we wander around disguised as their puppets. They mold us for universities. They expect us all to do the same things, and they wonder why 8,300 students drop out every day.
Knowledge and I were high school sweethearts, but I never got a tummy ache. There is no such thing as too much information. You taught me that textbook is like Bible. It's all about the interpretation. And learning means nothing unless you pray in it, unless you bless it, and trust that it be parachute for the fall, that it be wings for the flight. If you are a breath of fresh air, let me be long-winded. If you are a firefly, let me be mason jar. If you are a question, let me be the hand that shoots up first. I want to be your pupil. I want to see the other side of ignorance, knowledge. I want you to undo me like a locker combination. But if I am anything, I'm rough draft, rushed and full of plot holes and contradictions. And you're just personification. But I still want to superglue our palms together so you will always be by my side. Knowledge is living. In each moment, I am learning something new. One day, I will be able to trace your wrinkles into mountain ranges. And my peg leg might be for real. And I will look like an overripened grape that you might accidentally squish between your lips. When that day comes, scatter my ashes into the Atlantic, or whichever ocean is closer to home. I'm still not sure.
I don't think education would be surprised. I mean, humans do have a way of making beautiful things ugly. Students are made out to be nothing more than their class rank and a letter between A and F, as if we've never seen the world outside of a pupil's desk. We take our boredom and turn it into a learning disability, so maybe if I say I have ADD, they'll find another way to teach me. Education would be disgusted. Teachers get by on the top 5. Students who don't know what they want to be in life yet, but who cares? As long as they outscore the district on a civics test. Here, everyone's value is determined by their test scores, as if true worth can be assessed by a true or false question. Is it not true that all students in an at-risk school system are at risk? Education, I think you would agree. You would look us in the eyes and say it's time for a revolution. A few of us are willing to fight.